The ShaftDesigner software provides various shafting calculations. This video shows tools for practical implementing shaft alignment. There are 4 main techniques of marine propulsion shafting alignment: by sag and gap, by bearings loads, by strain gauges and by deflections. ShaftDesigner provides all the necessary tools for implementing all of them. Jackup testing is the most common shaft alignment technique for determining vertical bearing loads. Enter measured jackup test data in the Object Inspector. Lifting and lowering measurements are to be entered in the relevant tabs. Automatically drawn the middle line between lifting and lowering curves can be adjusted manually. Jack load value is calculated and then can be used in the reverse calculations. To build a theoretical jack load graph, run the relevant calculation. Jackup test log provides information about events during loading. If the theoretical graph does not fit the measured data, then onboard bearings offsets should be adjusted because they do not correspond to the shaft alignment design. Now, let's find out current bearing offsets using reverse calculation. The reverse calculation is designed to obtain current bearings positions taking into account measured sag and gap values, jack loads, bearings loads, bending stresses, shaft deflections, bending moments and shear forces. This tool is essential during ship repairing, diagnostics and in other cases when real bearings offsets are to be defined. Select bearings offsets that are to be found. Activate and input measured parameters. You can combine different data types. Then run the calculation. The pop-up window shows deviation between measurements and calculation, that should be small. Let's check whether current offsets meet acceptance criteria. Some of the criteria are not fulfilled. That is why acceptable bearing offsets should be found using other ShaftDesigner features. If you need to apply actual bearing offsets to the model for further analysis, press OK. After shaft alignment design has been developed with acceptable bearing offsets, it should be implemented on board. The most modern method for shaft alignment both in vertical and horizontal planes is strain gauge alignment technique. Insert strain gauges in the model at the same position as onboard and run the strain gauge alignment calculation. The main idea is to enter measured stresses into software and after that adjust bearing offsets on board with the calculated values until measured stresses match the shaft alignment design. Previously defined jack load data can be combined with strain gauges measurements. Select bearings that are to be adjusted. Then activate strain gauges that are to be used in the calculation and enter the stress measurements. Press Calculate and see the Results tab. Adjustment column contains offset changes that should be applied to the bearings on board to meet the alignment design. Shaft Line tab visualizes the bearings offset adjustments. After applying calculated adjustments, make measurements again, enter them in ShaftDesigner and repeat the calculation. These steps should be repeated until satisfactory results are achieved. Press OK to build the report that contains information about all performed steps. To check shaft alignment design, let's do the jackup test again and enter new measurements into ShaftDesigner. It is possible to store several data sets at the same time. Repeat jack load graph calculation. The theoretical graph corresponds to the new measurements. It is an additional verification of alignment. Click Report button to generate jack load graph report. Shaft alignment has been successfully completed. ShaftDesigner allows performing the full cycle of shaft alignment operations, determining current shaft alignment, implementing calculated alignment design, check implemented shaft alignment on board. Look for more information and the latest news on the website, and subscribe the channel to keep up with new videos.